Mm, Hello everyone, my name is Tarisa Amanda, and I'm here to deliver my presentation for my critical listening project. And the topic that I will be delivering today is beauty standards. So today I will break down the presentation into some parts. Um, the first thing is introducing the topic. The second thing is about my commentary of the video that I use about the beauty standards. And the last one is about the audience's perspective to the video. So without further ado, let's move on to the first topic. So what is beauty standards? Uh, Beauty standards or the standard of beauty is essentially a variable standard of what it means to be attractive, that is contingent on the feminine beauty ideals that are present in a given culture. So from this definition, we can conclude that there are no solid one beauty standards that are applied everywhere in the world because different cultures might have different beauty standards. So, for example, in Western countries, tan or dark skin is considered attractive, whereas in Asian countries, fair skin or pale skin is more desirable. So, moving on to my commentary of the video. So, the video that I choose is by Emily Hall that are uploaded on the TED Talk YouTube channel. So I won't be play. mm, So I won't play the video, but if you want to watch it, you can just search "Beauty Standards" by Emily Newhall on YouTube. The speaker of this video is Emily Newhall, and she is talking about the American beauty standards and her experience trying to fit into that standard. And she's speaking to an audience of high schooler, I assume, because of the title. So she talks about how the beauty standards affect people, especially teenagers. So I was really interested in hearing her perspective and learn more about beauty standards and also to see if American beauty standards um, differ from the Indonesian beauty standards. So she brings up 2 points that I want to discuss. The first one is about how the media helps contributing the shaping of the beauty standards and how catering into the beauty standards won't do us any good. So um, I really agree with her point about these two things. The first one is how the media influence beauty standards. I agree completely with his statement about media help shaping the beauty standards. Um, I read this article that when the same thing presented over and over again, it will make the viewers or the audience feel like it is the norm. So um, if you see like certain body types presented in magazine or in television, you will start to internalize that this is what is attractive. So we often see main characters on a TV show or in a movie is most of the time they're always skinny. So it makes the audience think that thin figures are attractive. And when they use um, overweight people and fat people, using them as kind of a comedic relief, it makes people with this body type have some internalized hate about their body. Um, I also want to touch on how the social media, especially now, is very widely used, and we can control what we post in there. So most people only post some things that are, you know, up to the standard. So, for example, um, a lot of people have really edited their body into fitting the standards. So they make their waist thinner, they make their hips wider, they make their skin lighter or darker. And um, if teenagers are watching this, they might not know better, and they would think that, you know, this is the real them and not like a heavily edited picture. And it will make them kind of compare their bodies to the um, models on Instagram of influencer, and it makes them hate their body because they don't look like that. Um, and the next point she mentioned is how catering to beauty centers or trying to fit into is bad. I also agree with her on that. The first is that beauty standards are unattainable. Like what I said earlier, uh, things like, you know, small waist and big hips or big butts are not natural for some people. So uh, it is not something that can be achieved naturally. And it is important for us to know that, you know, this is not natural for some people. People like Kim Kardashian or Kylie Jenner achieved this from doing surgery. So it is important for us to realize that if we don't look like that, it is okay. The second thing is that trying to fit into beauty standards can make us have a constant bad body image. If we find something wrong with our body and trying, not essentially wrong, that are maybe a bit different, and we are trying to fix it, um, well, the years we will find like more and more things that are wrong with our body, and you know, it can make ourselves like hate our body and always find something um to fix. Um, I think, and the third reason why getting the beauty standard is bad is because it is bad for our mental health. Um, when we see in social media and when we see these mm, models or influencers having this what we think is a perfect body and then we don't have that, it can make us feel bad about ourselves and uh, make us have some kind of insecurity. And being insecure is normal, but when it is to the point where it is all we can think about, I think it's not good. Um, Catering to beauty standards is also bad for our health because standards like skinny body type, um, when people do want to try to be skinny, some people go to like extreme lengths with their extreme diet, and it is not the healthiest. And sometimes it can be bad for our body, and it can make us develop some kind of eating disorder or things like that. And I read this book. I think it's called What I Love. It's a novel, but on this book, there was a statistic mentioning that people with eating disorder have to deal with that disorder for the rest of their life because it is not something that you can cure like instantly. So it is important to like just love our body for the way that it is because um, we don't want to um, uh, damage it any further. And the last thing, and the last thing why uh, catering into beauty centers is not good because it's always thinking now thinner bodies or might be the things that are desirable, but 20 years from now, it might not be the case. So it is very important to just accept our body the way that it is instead of trying to fit into this standard. So the next thing I want to talk about is the audience reaction to the video. So first is I want to kind of predict how this video would be received by Indonesian audience. So I think the Indonesian audience will really relate to this because we have our own beauty standards. Um, there's this article by Constantiana, and it mentioned that the ideal or the beauty standards in Indonesia is being skinny, having fair skin, clear skin, pointy nose, and straight hair. So I think the parts that are the most different with the American beauty standards is about fair skin because here fair skin is really desirable. We can see this by the wide use of whitening products. There was this uh, survey on Statistica.com conducted in 2019 that found that whitening care products are the most demanded across generations. And here I have the chart for Gen Z, which is from the age of 13 to 22, that the most preferred skincare product is the ones that are whitening. And I found it really sad because every skin color is beautiful, and it is important for us to realize that having darker skin is not bad, especially because we live in Indonesia where most days it is sunny and uh, our skin segment, the melanin, protect us from the harmful things that the sun can do. So it is really important for us to advocate that every skin color is beautiful and not trying to um, lighten our skin because it won't do us any good. Uh, yeah, and this is a reaction that I have from my friend Rahel. Uh, uh, she said that we live in a society where some people might judge others' appearance then compared to the beauty standards. You need to have body-like models to meet the beauty standards. In this case, I'm with the speaker on Tarisa's video that we should be more concerned about loving ourselves, including our appearance, rather than having insecure thoughts about our bodies, because people will always have something to judge about our appearance if we don't meet the society's beauty standards. And I really agree with Rahel's commentary of this video. Um, in Indonesia, I think it's very normal for people to point out um, the physical appearance of other people. Um, then maybe in like family gatherings, uh, the aunties will always have something to say about our body, like, if you gain weight, or like, oh, your skin got darker, like, you should use this, or like, oh, your skin has gotten really bad, like, did you wash your face? And things like that is very common to say, and for some people they think it's okay for saying those things, and it's really not, because it really can have negative impacts on the person that was uh, commented about that. So yeah, it's really important that uh, we are being kind to our body and just love it, because other people always have something to say about um, our physical appearance. And I think that is the last thing that I can talk about. Thank you so much for listening about my topic. I know that it is not perfect. I apologize if if there are things that I said wrong. Um, I really hope that everyone can take some positive things about this topic because I learned a lot in developing this material, and I hope that you too. So, thank you. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.